Hello everyone. So these days whenever I am switching on TV, I am seeing the trailer of the movie Bhuj everywhere. So then I thought of doing some R&D about it, like what the story is about, the background of this Bhuj incident. So here it is what I have found out. So basically, this is a war, a scenario of a war that had happened in 1971, India-Pakistan war. Okay, let me go give you a quick background of it. So, what happened in 1971? India was fighting a war against Pakistan, and at the time, India was fighting from east and from west Pakistan both. Okay, so this is from West Pakistan when India was fighting against West Pakistan. So this place Bhuj is a part of a village Madhapur, which is in Gujarat. So by the time in 1971, so on December 8th, this in the place Bhuj. Okay, so that time the squadron leader was Vijay Kanik. So he was the squadron leader of Indian Air Force, and Bhuj has a airstrip there. So normally what happened during this war, all the jets they fly up from Bhuj and attack Pakistan. So but on 8th of December, Pakistanis with their squadron Sabra jet, which is also called as F-86, they have done a bombardment on the airstrip of Bhuj, and they have actually dropped approximately 14 napalm bombs. Napalm bombs is a different kind of bomb. It's made of some petroleum and aluminum soaps and some more chemicals. But what actually is very difficult is, like, the outer shell of the bomb is very hard. Okay, so now when they dropped approximately 14 bombs in the airstrip got damaged. Now squadron leader Vijay Kanik, he was intense that how the jets will fly off, how we will fight. So there is no way out for any airstrike from our country. So he immediately called up for BSF and tried to his every helping hands to fix the airstrip as soon as possible. And then he realized that with less manpower, because at the time he was left with only 2 senior other officers and a handful of other officers and the securities. There were only 60 securities were there. Okay, so with those limited hands, he won't be able to fix that long airstrip. So he tried every possible way, but he knew that he has to take a very firm decision at that point of time. So he went ahead and he spoke to Madhapur village district collector, and then he spoke to the district collector that we need some helping hands, and the one who can work and make it faster, who can actually make this airstrip faster. And he proposed that can we get at least almost 300 women or more to fix this airstrip. So initially when the proposal was given by the district collector, no answer came, but when the sarpanch, so which is villagers, we always they believe that sarpanch is the head, so they know it. When the sarpanch approached those women, and the women, knowing the fact that and in fact Vijay Kanik has already squadron leader Vijay Kanik has already alerted them that there are bombardments, so it's not that it will stop and you can relax and you can work on it. No, it goes on, and because of war time it will happen. The women, almost all the women, and 300 women, total counted 300 women, they all came out of the house and they decided to help and to make the airstrip for the jet to fly off as soon as possible. So all the women, all without any hesitation, they came out of the house and they started working. Now when they came out of the house, there were also women who had no answer to the family, because there was a woman who was having a kid of 18 months, and because she didn't have anyone else, so she had to hand over the son to the neighbor. So when the neighbor asked that that what if you don't come back, what will happen to your kid, then she was quiet because she didn't have any answer. Later on in an interview, she said that I had to do it because at that time of my life, my Indian brothers needed me. So I didn't have any option. And moreover, at that time when the neighbor asked her, she didn't have any answer. What would happen to the kid? She has no answer. She was speechless. So there are many stories, such small stories, because every woman had the story when they had to sacrifice something and come for the country. So after that, when all the women were accumulated in one place, they were well aware of what they are going to do, and they were being instructed how the entire process will go on. First of all, the first instruction came to them was they all have to wear light green pale color sari. The reason is because it's a, like, when the Pakistanis, they will see, or maybe they will do some airstrike. The women have to go and run and camouflage themselves in between the bushes. So green color is the perfect one. So it will be light green color sari they have to wear. Okay, and there were particular signals given. So when they were working day and night over there. So they were told that we will give you a loud signal. The loud signal means there will be an airstrike. So immediately you have to leave the runway and the airstrip, and then you have to go and hide yourself in the bushes. And then there will be a very little, a very less siren will be given, not a very loud one. Siren will be given. It's indicating that you can resume your work now again. Okay, so that those are the instructions given to them. Every time there was some loud siren, they used to run and hide themselves in the bunkers for hours and hours. And the first day they have to sleep without eating anything. They were starving. Not only them, even the soldiers, they didn't have any food. So luckily on the second day there was some temples nearby, and the temples offerings the foods and all sweets. So the local people, they got all the fruits and sweets for them, and all the women and the soldiers, they had those food. And that is the second day, and that actually energized them to work for the third day. So basically they took almost 72 hours to complete the entire airstrip. It was also instructed to them that when they are making the airstrip, they have to cover the airstrip with cow dung, so that from up, when the Pakistanis they should not see that it has been under construction or they are rebuilding it. Okay, so they had to cover it with the cow dung. And ultimately on the fourth day at 4 p.m. they actually made it possible that the first jet took off from that airstrip, and finally their work is successful. They could make it possible in spite of all the hardships and in spite of all the odds. They continuous airstrikes, running into the bunkers, hiding in the bushes and coming back, working day and night, and they made it possible. Now after that, what happened? So finally, and then after the war was over, the late Prime Minister Indira Gandhi came and approached the ladies for some gifts. Then the ladies politely, they turned down the offer of any gifts, and they said that we have done whatever we have done. It's nothing great. Every Indian would have done that, and we have done for our own country. To do something for our own country, we don't need any offerings or any gifts. We don't deserve that. We don't need that. It's our country. And later on, there were the many news came out, like how the people, they give the interviews, and even in the recent interview, there was a lady who was very old now, and she gave an interview and she said that even at this point of time, if I am asked to go and help my Indian brothers who fight and in the border and for the country, I will still go and help them, and I still have the same energy that I had years back. The same energy that I had in 1971 to help and make the airstrip, I still at this age also I have the same energy. And after that, our squadron leader Vijay Kanik, he also added that when he opted the idea of hiring 300 women to make the airstrip, he was very much in dilemma, because if anything goes wrong to the women, or maybe if anyone get hurt because of the bombardments or any other reason, so this will come on him. It will become a war effect. So finally nothing has happened, and he had to take a very quick decision, and he did it correct. And the women were those who have helped. They are very energetic, and they helped to make it possible to the women, those who are villagers, those who were not fighting at the border, but they had the nationalistic feeling inside them, and they came out and they fought for our country. May not be in the field, but off the field, and they made it possible. So this is all the story about the story about Bhuj that has happened. It's basically a story of about 300 women and their sacrifice, and how they have come out, and how they have shown their nationalistic feeling by working for 72 hours restlessly for the country, and that has actually brought glory to our country. So this is the story, and maybe in a few days we will, maybe today or tomorrow, we will see the movie, and we'll see how much they have done, the director have done justice to the story. Thank you everyone for watching, and stay safe and keep learning. Thank you.